Hi everyone, welcome back to Information Economics. Today we will give our second lecture about moral hazard, and here we're going to discuss one paper written by actually myself, written by me and my PhD advisor Yingru Chen. So in this paper we will help you to get more idea about moral hazard, and the context will be salesperson compensation, or you can say human resource management. Okay, so I will first give you an introduction, and then in the second video I will talk about the model setting. Then in the third video I will talk about analysis, how do we solve this problem, and finally do comparisons, get insights, and then extensions and conclusions. Okay, so let's start. We know in general a manufacturer sells products to a reseller. In this paper, we talk about resellers instead of retailers, so because we focus on the resale function of these middlemen in a supply chain. So a reseller may be, for example, retailers, wholesalers, or importer. This should be importer. Importer. Okay. Those companies that import products from overseas. Okay, as long as a firm is doing this resale business, then we call it a reseller. It does not do something else. It does not add values to the products. Okay, we only care about the resale function. A reseller typically uses salespeople to sell those products. So, for example, you may need those salespersons to promote your products or to provide service in your retail store, and so on and so on. As long as you can have a better service or higher effort from your salesperson, typically your sales volume will be expected to become higher, right? So that means as a reseller or as a manufacturer, you want to find some way to induce a higher effort of your salespersons. So as a manufacturer, you know you are facing a hidden sales effort problem, right? You are facing a moral hazard problem because for the salespersons, their efforts are somewhat hidden or non-contractable. So you cannot specify how hard they to work. Okay, you can only design compensations or offer contracts to induce sales effort. So that's some difficulty you are facing. For manufacturer, there is a moral hazard problem. Typically, what makes the situation worse is that the market condition is also a hidden information. Here, market condition somewhat means how popular the product is, how consumers like this product. Okay, as a manufacturer, you produce this product and you know very few about the market. Okay, at the same time, those salespersons, they work at the consumer side. They really know how people like this product, how popular the product is. Okay, so that means the market condition is also a hidden information of those salespeople. If you see that there is no sales outcome, okay, the sales situation is very bad. Those salesperson will tell you that it's because the products are bad. Okay, it's all your fault. It's not because they are lazy. It's because the product is just bad. Consumers just don't like it, and you have no way to verify it because market condition is hidden to you. Okay, so anyway, in this case, market condition is hidden. You cannot see it, and you can only reward or punish your salesperson by the sales outcome. Okay, so for example, you say, let's give you a commission rate. Let's give you a commission when you create high sales. In that case, you may just be rewarding lucky people or punishing unlucky guys, right? It may not be the case that they are lazy. It may really be the case that the market condition is just bad or the product is just bad, but you have no way to see it. So if you are giving them benefits or giving them payments according to how lucky they are, if they are risk averse, then they will not work hard, right? Because working hard definitely creates some cost, but may not give them high benefit. So as long as you have these risk averse salespeople, then your outcome based compensation will create some incentive issues. So that's something you are worried about. So in this problem, we have a mixture of adverse selection and moral hazard. Here is your hidden information, here is the hidden action, and this makes contracting difficult and challenging. And actually, we can say that's why typically you do not see manufacturers hiring salesperson directly. That's why we need resellers. So let's first discuss this relationship. If we focus on the manufacturer and the salesperson, we know there are hidden information and hidden action. Okay, we have adverse selection and moral hazard in this direct selling situation or in this direct supply chain. It is then very natural to ask if, as a manufacturer or as a principal, if I can choose to eliminate either hidden information or hidden action, if I can observe one of them, if I can do some investment so that I am be able to observe one of them, which one should I choose? Which source of information asymmetry should I eliminate so that I can improve my profitability? Okay, or that's asking what is the benefit of direct monitoring? Okay, I improve my ability regarding observing those informations. If I can do direct monitoring, which one should I choose? Which one should I monitor? Okay, that's the question. And that's definitely an informational issue because I need to ask for adverse selection and moral hazard, which one creates more inefficiency in this channel? Which one should I eliminate? But we say this question is natural in theory, but it is not so realistic. Why? Because in practice it is generally impossible or too costly for a manufacturer to monitor the market directly. Okay? If you are producing some products, it may be very hard for you to do market research or do demand forecasting to get knowledge about the market. Also, if you are selling your products to a territory that is very far from you, it's hard for you to monitor those salespeople for exerting efforts. Okay, typically it is the reseller's job that that are dealing with monitoring the market or the salespeople. Okay, so a more natural question to ask should be if the retailer or the reseller can choose to eliminate one of them, which one should the reseller do? Okay, and also as a manufacturer, which kind of reseller do you prefer? That's the correct question to ask. So we ask the following question. Suppose the manufacturer faces an indirect monitoring problem. Okay, the manufacturer cannot monitor those private information by himself. Okay, it's impossible to do that. But it has the following two options, two delegation options. There are two kinds of resellers in the world. One is we call it knowledgeable. The other one we call it diligent. Okay, the first one can observe the market condition. Okay, assume that this one or knowledgeable reseller are some kind of market expertise, or they are very good in estimating or in forecasting future demands. Okay, they just know that whether the market is good or bad. For these knowledgeable resellers, the market condition is not private. The market condition can be observed. So there is no adverse selection, no hidden information problem. The other type of reseller, we call it a diligent reseller. They can observe the sales effort. So they do not know the market very much, but they are somewhat diligent in monitoring those salesperson's effort. So they use a lot of different ways to do, for example, performance measurements, or to go to the working site of salesperson to try to monitor their efforts. Okay, suppose this is possible, then a diligent reseller will be able to eliminate the hidden action problem and be able to eliminate the moral hazard problem. Okay, suppose there are two possible ways of indirect monitoring. Which one is better for the manufacturer? That's the correct question to ask. So that means we are facing these two kinds of supply chain structure. If the manufacturer can choose to indirectly eliminate one of the two pieces of private information, then we are selecting between these two structures. One is to delegate to this knowledgeable reseller, and then in the lower level, there is no mixture of moral hazard and adverse selection. There will be only moral hazard because the adverse selection problem has been eliminated by observing the market condition. Or I may choose to delegate to the diligent reseller. In that case, the diligent reseller only need to worry about adverse selection because he can monitor the sales effort, right? So I am asking if I can indirectly eliminate one of the two pieces of private information, which one should I choose? That's my question. And actually, it's not enough to only compare these two, because we still have the original option is to monitor nothing. Okay, in this case, naturally, indirect monitoring, no one can guarantee indirect monitoring is better than no monitoring, because when you include one more player into your supply chain, when you add one more layer in your supply chain, you may create double marginalization, right? There may be inefficiency between the manufacturer and the reseller, and if you introduce one more player into your channel, you are facing the trade-off that in the lower level it becomes more efficient. Okay, it becomes more efficient, but in the upper level there may be some inefficiency. The middleman, the reseller, may eat some of your original profits, right? That's possible. So you are asking these two, which are better? And for the better one, is it better than no monitoring? Is it better than direct sales? Okay, so we have one option, two options. Or the third original option, manufacturer faces the salesperson directly with moral hazard plus adverse selection. We have these three options. So there are some specialties of our problem. The manufacturer needs to solve a bi-level program. That means those programs whose formulations depends on the solution of another program. What does that mean? The manufacturer offers contracts to the reseller, but the reseller also needs to offer to the salesperson. The manufacturer needs to predict what the reseller will offer when the manufacturer decides its offer. Okay, that's something we mean for bi-level program. We're going to see that later. So in our three-layer supply chain, the manufacturer is a principal in the upper level. The principal, the agent. The manufacturer offers contract to the reseller. And then the reseller becomes a principal in the lower level. The reseller offers contract to the salespeople. Okay, and the salespeople are agents in the lower level. So the reseller is special in this case. It is the contract follower in the first level, but it becomes a contract designer in the second level. So the manufacturer needs to predict or to anticipate what the reseller will do, what will be the lower level equilibrium for the manufacturer to design his offer. So in this paper, we study a mixture of adverse selection and moral hazard. This is the first time for you to see that we have two pieces of information asymmetric information. Also, we have a cascade of contract design. Okay, this is the first time for you to see that in our principal agent model there are 3 players. Okay, and the central question is hidden information and hidden action. Which one should I resolve, eliminate, and in an indirect manner? Okay, that's the question. So in the next video, we will talk about model setting. Thank you.